You are welcome to the lecture series on TE 326 Maintenance and Repairs of Electrical Equipment. Now, our lecture for this particular series is going to be on causes of breakdown of electrical equipment. We're going to look at what are those factors that are responsible for the breakdown of majority of electrical equipment, and then what are the symptoms as well as the remedies that we should do in order to take care of our equipment. Now, by way of induction, I want you to take a careful look at the equipments on the screen and then report your findings. What are those observations that you made from the equipment on your screen? Now, if you look at the screen carefully, you will see that these are damaged electrical equipment. In their present state of condition, they cannot perform the task for which they have been designed for. This usually begins with failure or breakdown in the course of the normal operation. It is of course common knowledge that though breakdowns are happenings that usually occur either by chance or unexpected, which may neither be anticipated nor prevented, but experience have shown that this is far from being the whole truth. To negate this common belief on breakdown, it is essential to identify the major causes of breakdowns, after which we may now agree with the popular phrase that prevention is better than cure. This phrase, of course, should be our guiding principles as maintenance officers, and it must be conspicuously displayed in our workshop. Now, why maintenance? What is the rationale for maintenance? The purpose of maintenance is, of course, to sustain the working stress and strain of any machine or equipment during operation without sudden breakdown, and also to prolong the lifespan of this equipment. Now, what are the causes of breakdown? There are some major causes of breakdown of equipment. We can classify them under the following headings. And one, we have faulty design and construction, improper installation or usage, overload, neglect or carelessness, wear and tear or deterioration, as well as accidents. Now let us take a look at each of these major causes of breakdown of equipment in our workshop. The first we said is either faulty design or construction. This implies that when equipment is designed, when equipment is faulty right from the design or constructed on a faulty mode, this will result in an immediate breakdown if the philosophy of prevention is not adapted. With a careful inspection and testing of any newly acquired machine in meeting up with the standard rating, for example, the rated speed in revolutions per minute, the terminal voltage, the rated frequency, details of the voltage coils, as well as the overload elements, it can easily reveal if there is any defect, and hence the machine can be returned to the manufacturer or supplier for onward replacement with a faultless type, because you will observe that once a machine is faulty right from the design stage, then there is no way that such machine will expect to perform to its utmost ability. Now let us look at another form of causes of major breakdown of equipment, and that is incorrect installation or usage. Now when a machine that is not properly coupled or installed or put to use without proper training can easily result in disaster or in breakdown. Therefore, a competent officer is required to install the machine, and it must be inspected, tested, and put into operation immediately to ascertain its proper state of installation or assembly. Now, to avoid severe, sudden, or unexpected breakdown, it should be noted that it is only competent and well-trained personnel that should be assigned to install any machine in our workshop or in the industry. Now, another major causes of breakdown of equipment can be attributed to the issue of neglect. It's of course obvious that a neglected machine can easily break down while in service, but this condition can be arrested if, and of course only if, the philosophy of prevention is adhered to. Hence, what we are supposed to do is to ensure that you comply with the daily routine maintenance in order to prevent equipment from any sudden breakdown due to neglect or carelessness. Now we also have another major cause, which is the issue of wear and tear. All rotating machines, as we know, are subjected to wear and tear, which if not properly scrutinized can easily result in severe breakdown, with exception of perhaps the transformer. transformer, of course, as we know, has no rotating parts. Now, all other machines have the tendency to wear and tear. It becomes paramount, therefore, that with the adoption of the philosophy of prevention, then we can put, if it is put into use by daily routine or periodic maintenance, this can be eliminated. Now, we're going to look at how our electric equipments can suddenly break down by way of demonstration. We're going to use some digital meters, clamp-on instruments to make this demonstration, and then we're going to look at some of the causes of this breakdown of equipment. Now
we are going to start demonstration on how to trace faults and the possible remedies on a machine that appears completely dead. So the first fault here is machine appearing completely dead. Now, what are the likely possible causes? Now, we're going to look at issues of maybe supply failure, insufficient torque, and blown fuse. Now, what we do is we get all our tools ready. Let's check from the motor terminals. As you can see here, from our digital multimeter now, we test at our motor terminal to see if the supply is actually available. If it is not, then the next thing for us to do is to go through the distribution board. Now, at the distribution board, as you can see here, we look at the phases, the three phases, the yellow phase, the red phase, as well as the blue phase, which our tester to see. Now, the supply is available. So what do? We now look at our fuses. So we remove the fuses for each of the phases. For the first phase, we look at the fuse elements. You can see the fuse element there, and it is intact, which means there is no problem with the fuse element. Then we now go through to the second phase. Now for the yellow phase, we also check through. The fuse element is still okay, as you can see. So there is no problem with that. So we now replace it and go through to check through the third phase. Now for the third phase, we also check through, and you can see that the fuse element is also intact, which means no problem with that particular phase. Then we are sure that the supply voltage at dB is okay. Then the next thing is, let's still come back to our motor terminal, the isolators again. We look at our digital multimeter. So for the digital multimeter, let's set the digital multimeter to the volt ampere range. By setting it to the volt ampere range, we are now likely going to test the terminals to read the supply voltage. What is actually the rating of the voltage? The motor here, which is a single phase, is supposed to operate on 240 volt supply. Now I want to check to see what is the input supply that is coming. The simple explanation is, if the supply voltage is less than 240 volts, there is no way that this motor will rotate. So as you can see, the motor terminal being tested, the voltage there appears to be less than 240 volts, and that is why the motor fails to rotate. So this machine will appear completely good, despite the fact that the supply voltage is available, despite the fact that the fuse elements are intact, as we have just demonstrated.
Now, by way of evaluation, I want you to take down these questions. Identify any 5 major causes of breakdown of equipment. Now, 2. What are the features associated with the following causes of breakdown of equipment? Wear and tear, deterioration, improper usage, as well as incorrect installation. Before we conclude the lecture, let us look at the lecture series so far. Remember that we've been talking about the issue of breakdowns of equipment, and we said this occur not just by chance or unexpected. It can be anticipated and prevented. Now we can classify the cause of breakdown into major headings, and the popular ones are faulty design and construction, improper installation or usage, overload, neglect or carelessness, wear and tear or deterioration. Now I expect you to send your answers to my email, which is presently displayed on the screen, and that is adamujebba@gmail.com. Thank you.